4 ways to encourage imagination in others. Do you feel like your significant other is the most unimaginative person ever? Maybe you're afraid your kid's imagination isn't developing as it should? Either way, imagination is an important part of living a happy and successful life, so you should consider using the following 4 ways to encourage imagination in others. 1. Reward creativity. One of the main reasons people become less imaginative as they grow is because imagination is no longer rewarded at some point in your life. If you want to see more imagination from your kids, spouse, or team at work, it's time to start rewarding them when they come up with an imaginative idea. Even if it's a bad idea that you don't plan to use, recognize the effort, reward it, then wait for a better, creative idea to come along. 2. Offer a creative space. Another reason kids and adults lose their creativity is that they don't feel there's a safe place for them to be creative. This space doesn't have to be anything fancy, and when it comes to an adult, this could be as simple as having a chat on the couch and entertaining everything your significant other says. Just think of a creative place as a time and place where creative thinking is received without judgment. 3. Do crafts. No matter how old you are, you're never too old to participate in arts and crafts. You can encourage your significant other to enroll in an art class like pottery or painting at the local community center. Taking it with them often helps. When you want your kids to be more creative, consider making a craft basket and letting them do anything they want with what they find in the basket. 4. Help them relax. Stress and feeling tense will keep creativity out rather than letting someone be imaginative. If you want to encourage others in your life to be more imaginative, start by encouraging them to relax. Perhaps even providing them the tools they need to do so. That could be a spa day, or maybe you just like letting them have a nice evening without interruptions from the kids. You can use all of the above methods to encourage imagination in others in your life, or you may find that 1 or 2 are better than the rest. Either way, take the time to employ these in your life today to help encourage imagination in those around you. How can I spark my imagination? If you've woken up to discover one day that you've almost completely left your imagination behind in your childhood, you might be wondering how you can get it back. The good news is there are many ways to spark your imagination to bring it back, a few of which are listed below. Try something new. One of the main reasons you lose your imagination as you age is because you learn exactly how the world works, and it leaves no room for you to wonder about the unknown. A good way to get your imagination going again is to try something unknown to you. This can be anything from a new hobby, visiting a new restaurant, or a vacation to somewhere new. Journal. Journaling regularly can help spark your creativity, especially if you engage in a string of consciousness thinking where you just let your mind wander and write down whatever comes to mind. This free writing can help open your mind to new ideas and get your imagination going again. For best results, you should try to journal as frequently as possible, maybe even every day if you can. Read imaginative media. As you age, you're exposed less and less to imaginative media. Gone are the days where you would read books about castles, dragons, and far-off lands. So help get your imagination going by reading some fiction novels again. There are many fiction novels in the adult section for you to enjoy, but don't be afraid to venture to the young adult section. You never know what amazing story will get your mind going. Make a vision board. Do you have goals in your life that you are nowhere near achieving? Well, surprisingly, achieving goals takes a fair amount of imagination. Creating a visual image of your goal, like creating a vision board, can help get those creative or imaginative juices flowing. This is especially true when you make a physical board using just supplies you can find in the house, or maybe even old-fashioned magazines, as it takes creativity to transform unused stuff into a vision board. Overall, sparking your imagination isn't hard when you know where to start. If you want to get yourself back to a creative state of mind, start by trying something new. Incorporate journaling into your everyday life, read more imaginative media, and make a vision board. Before you know it, you'll be feeling more imaginative than ever before. How acting like a kid can boost your imagination. Remember when you were a kid and everything seemed possible in life? As an adult, you had probably learned that real life is quite different than you'd imagined where it would be when you were young. However, what if you want to get back in touch with imagination? What if you want to feel as creative as you did as a child? The best way to accomplish this is by acting like a kid again. It helps you get out emotion. One major change that occurs when you grow from a child to an adult is that instead of expressing your every emotion, you begin to suppress them within. This suppression leads to a buildup of stress and emotions that can cloud your creativity. Now, this doesn't mean you should throw a tantrum in a public place, but if you're having an amazing day and feel like shouting, do so. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel and how much easier it is to feel creative. Curiosity breeds creativity. When you were a kid, you were probably constantly asking your parents why they were doing something or why something worked. This questioning was because you didn't know something and you were curious about it. Although it may be annoying when someone constantly asks you why you're doing something, this curiosity is crucial for keeping your mind in a creative state. When your mind is creative, you'll feel more imaginative as well. Be proud of yourself. It's quite common for kids to produce a subpar piece of artwork, but instead of being told it's subpar, adults say it's great and proudly display it. This teaches kids not to be ashamed of their work. Unfortunately, it's quite common on your journey to adulthood to become ashamed of the things you create. When this happens, you're less likely to feel imaginative because you don't feel as if you can show off the thoughts and images in your mind. To remedy this, it's time to connect with your inner child and start showing off your work again and feeling proud of it. Acting like a kid is a great way to boost your imagination. Acting as a kid will lead to less imagination-suppressing stress in your life and more curiosity, which will breed creativity. Acting like a kid might be the best way to restore your imagination. What are the best ways to spark creativity? Are you stuck in a rut and can't seem to find the way out? Maybe you feel that your creative juices have run dry. Either way, this can leave you feeling tired and bored with your job and your life. When this happens, it's time to spark your creativity. Below are the best ways to do so. Relax. One of the biggest enemies of creativity is putting yourself under immense stress. So if you find that you're constantly stressed, this could be what is hindering your creativity. Combat this by doing your best to relax and release stress regularly. Not everyone experiences stress relief the same way, so find what works for you and do it, whether a walk in the park every afternoon or maybe a spa day once a month. Either of these could help spark your creativity. Try working with new people. If you lack creativity at work, it may be time to work with a new team or group. Working with new people and hearing new ideas is always a great way to get the creativity flowing. Even if you want to spark creativity outside of the workplace, you can still do this by hanging out with new people and making new friends. Any activity that exposes you to new ideas can work wonders when it comes to boosting your creativity. Spend time in nature. Nature is truly inspiring when it comes to several activities. Its amazing beauty and unique creatures will never cease to astound humans, and this is why it's a great place to go when you need to invite creativity back into your life. You never know when a picnic in the park could become the idea for your next book, or when a hike could inspire you to create art. Nature can help boost your creativity at work as well, so don't be afraid to take an extended walk during your lunch break, or perhaps suggest to your boss that you have a meeting outside on a nice day. No matter where you think you may lack creativity in your life, it's important that you do all you can to invite it back in. You can do this by relaxing, switching around the composition of your team, and spending more time in nature. And if you do all three, before you know it, creativity will once again be a major part of your life. 6 ways you can develop your creativity. Having a creative mindset can propel you forward in both your career and your personal life. This reason is why it can be so disheartening when you struggle to develop your creativity. Below are 6 ways you can develop your creativity to be more successful in life. 1. Build your confidence. Often, creativity is stifled when you're afraid or embarrassed to tell others what you're thinking. A huge part of creativity is sharing and further developing your ideas with others. This is why you should work to build your self-confidence if you want to develop your creativity. 2. Have creative time. If your schedule is so full of activities that you don't have time to sit and think or time to create, of course, you won't be creative. Help develop your creativity by setting aside time each day to be creative. 3. Brainstorm. Brainstorming is a great idea to get your creative juices flowing. You can brainstorm anything from new ideas for your free time, new date ideas, or even how you want your dream home to look. The sky is the limit. Sit down and start filling that paper with ideas. 4. Try new things. Nothing gets creative juices flowing quite like trying something new. Is there a class at the gym you've always wanted to take? Go for it. Or maybe you want a vacation somewhere new. That's an idea too. Anything that'll make you step out of your comfort zone is great for your creativity. 5. Spend time in nature. Nature is one of the best ways to get inspired and start feeling creative for free. Take some time each week and sit in nature or go for a walk after work each day. You'll be surprised at the ideas you come up with just while being outside. 6. Journal. If you want to develop your creativity, you should consider journaling regularly. Keeping a journal helps your thoughts to flow and helps you overcome problems and think more creatively. Try to journal for 5 to 10 minutes each day. Wherever you may be in life with your creative journey, there's bound to be something on this list that sparks your creativity. You don't have to use all these things to help your creativity develop, but if you manage to incorporate them all into your life, you may just be surprised at how easy being creative is. So don't hesitate and start developing your creativity today.